The search for the best Minecraft launcher in existence continues. In this 4th episode of the launcher test, we're once again gonna check out a Minecraft launcher to eventually find the best one. According to the vast majority of you guys, the Prism launcher is absolutely the best one out there. And ever since I released the first episode, my comment section has been flooded with suggestions to check out Prism. At the same time, a lot of you guys keep saying that as soon as I do check out Prism, the series is as good as over, because it is just that good. And while this series is still nowhere close to ending, because I actually want to check out every single Minecraft launcher I can find, we will be having a look at the Prism launcher in the next episode. Before we do that though, today I want to have a look at another very popular Minecraft launcher, which is called the GDLauncher. Also a highly suggested one, and personally I actually don't know anyone who is using it on a daily basis. I have no clue what it actually looks like, which makes checking this one out all the more interesting. Do make sure to subscribe to not miss future episodes, and let's go and have a look. And here it is, the GDLauncher for Minecraft. Let's see what this one is all about. Now, the first thing I notice, and the first thing I want to mention straight away, is that, again, just like with the CurseForge launcher, 1/3 of the entire launcher is reserved for ads. Now, I don't know why ads are currently not showing. They definitely should, but are not for some reason. When I first installed this launcher, they did actually show up, so 2 ads will be displayed there on the right, just as much as on CurseForge. So that is a thing this launcher has. There are 2 big ads at the right side of your screen. I do just have to say it, ads in a Minecraft launcher are extremely annoying. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand why ads are needed. They even have a little link here, which will take you to a page where they explain why the launcher needs ads. And the thing is, I totally understand why. I totally get it. Ads are just a great and somewhat reliable way to earn some revenue from a launcher like this. But even though I totally understand that they are needed, and probably if I would make my own Minecraft launcher, I would do the same thing, I still find it really annoying. It is still just a thorn in your eye at all times, which on the internet is fine and I'm used to it, but in a launcher, in an application on my PC, it just feels so annoying and I can't get used to it. And having 1/3 of my entire launcher just be an ad is reason alone for me to not use it. Now, while CurseForge is just as bad when it comes to ads, and Modrinth is a little less bad, but you know, it's still a noticeable ad, with those launchers, you at least have the option to pay for a subscription to not have any ads on your launcher. You can simply get Premium or Modrinth Plus, and then you won't have any ads at all. Does it suck that you have to pay for that? Yes, it definitely does, but at least the option is there for the people who do want to go that route. The GDLauncher doesn't have any of that. And before we're gonna have a look at the actual launcher, and before I will stop yapping about these ads, I do really want to point this out. On the GDLauncher website, when you scroll down a bit, you will see a quote-unquote screenshot of the launcher. I'm very sorry to say this, GDLauncher team, but this is not what your launcher looks like. There is not a single way to make your GDLauncher look like this, without any ads, all compact. Simply not something which is possible. Now, the GDLauncher did start a partnership with CurseForge, and maybe this screenshot over here was taken before the partnership with CurseForge was even a thing, and that's kind of what I'm thinking, because the way the ads are displayed here on the right side is exactly the same as they are displayed in the CurseForge app. But at least the CurseForge app is honest about it. Like, obviously they're not gonna show ads on their website, but you know, the whole right side of the launcher is unusable, even in their demo footage. Not the case here, but with that being said, let's actually check out if the launcher is great. So aside from all the ads here on the right, what features do we actually have? So currently, we're in our library, and this is just where all of our instances will appear. Now, to create a new instance, we can either go to the Add Instance button here in the top right, or we can probably also just go to Modpacks and then install a new modpack through there. So let's go to the Modpacks tab and see what that looks like. So here, straight up, we just have a big list with modpacks, and I do have to say, design-wise, it looks really nice. You will have a little banner behind every single modpack. I think those are just the profile pictures or the banners, but then zoomed in. It makes it pretty and colorful. I like it. What we also love to see is that the 2 most important platforms are here: CurseForge and Modrinth. We can easily download stuff from either of them, which is really nice. And we can also decide if we want to include snapshots, old alphas and old betas. So even for very old versions of Minecraft, we can install stuff here, which is great. All versions are available here. I don't think we're gonna find a Minecraft mod pack for version 1.0 that exists. That's crazy. Wow, on CurseForge there are actually many. I never knew. I should definitely try one of these one day. Anyway, we also have a bunch of mod loaders available. Even Cauldron and Light Loader are here. More options are always welcome. Then when we scroll down a bit more, we can choose between categories. From quests to PvP to horror or skyblock, you can choose it all. That's just really nice. So let's go and test this out by downloading Performium. There we go, here it is. Let's see what happens when we go to explore. Oh, nice. It does take me to an embed of the Modrinth page with all the information here, so that's nicely done. I like it. When we go to downloads, I assume... Okay, no, it just starts straight away. I do have to say, even this looks nice. Visually, this launcher has a lot going for it. Like the browser over here, but also the downloading animation, they just look really nice. It is just the ads which is really keeping this launcher back when it comes to visuals. Because aside from that, it might be one of the best looking ones, visually. And there we go. It's done downloading. Wait. Performium. Versions. The latest release is 1.21.5. The latest alpha is 1.21.6. Why in the world did it download 1.20.4? Will it always download the oldest version of a mod pack when you simply click on download? That makes zero sense. Download latest. Okay, click. Will it now download the 1.21.5 version? Oh, now it does. Why didn't it do that before? So when you click on download latest here, it will download the latest version, but when you go to explore and then you click on download, it will download the oldest version. Here it also tells you, I think, the date it was released at, which is so strange. Okay, so all the versions are here. It will just download the very first one. That's an interesting way of doing it. So just click on download latest here and you should be good. Good to know, good to know. Now after we've downloaded a mod pack, I guess we can just click on it. Ooh, and it'll open up a bunch of information. That is nice. We can see the amount of mods that are included. We can see who actually made it. And for once, it is not showing the name of the owner of the organization, which is really nice. Now we can change the name here if we want. We can also favorite it, which I guess is nice if you have a whole bunch of mod packs. We can also edit the mod pack, which will allow you to change mod loaders if that is something you want to do. It also allows you to change the version of Minecraft. Now, with a mod pack you just download, I would never recommend actually doing this, as it would most likely just break the whole mod pack, but at least you got the option. That's something. We can also open the folder, which will just open the folder of this mod pack so that you can add mods or remove things. And then we can also export it, which could be nice if you want to make a mod pack for yourself or if you just want to switch systems. Then here we have a little overview about the mod pack. We can check out all the mods that are actually included, which is really nice. You can easily toggle them on or off. The look of this very much reminds me of the Modrinth and CurseForge app. They have very similar functionality, and I guess it is just really good functionality, so that's a good thing to see. And here on the settings we also got an unlock option, which allows you to add additional mods. You can also unpair it, which means this instance of Performium will no longer be linked, and you can just do with it whatever you want. And then we can also change the modpack version, which of course doesn't work if you unpair it. We also got a bunch of other settings here, like Java memory settings. You can change Java arguments, the game resolution you can change, the pre-launch hook and the post-exit hook, and even a wrapper command, which is also a feature we've seen in essentially every single launcher so far. There's also a logs section, which will just allow you to see the logs, and it seems like it saves every single log made, which is really handy. I don't know for how long it will save them. I assume there's a limit, but on the other hand, logs don't take up that much space. So I would prefer for them to just leave them all there. And then when we click on play, we can actually boot the game, and I assume it will just open. And yes, it totally will. Okay, cool. Game is open. No problem whatsoever. Ooh, now you can even see total play time and what the first time is that you played. I do want to say again, visually this launcher looks nice. It does look very great, except for that part. Now when we go to mods, I assume that, yeah, okay. So this is where we can just browse and install mods. You can see that when I select a mod pack, currently the instance is locked, which means I am not able to install any additional mods. So that is where the unlock button we just saw is actually for. After that, you will just be able to add stuff of your own, which is really nice. Again, CurseForge and Modrinth it seems to have full compatibility with, and as the majority of mods are available on those two platforms, I would say that is more than enough. Now, when we don't go to the Modpack section, but we simply click on Add Instance, we're able to simply create an installation of our own. Once again, everything here very much reminds me of the Modrinth and CurseForge app. Maybe this is all because of CurseForge influence. Maybe they partnered with the GDLauncher and kind of turned it into a CurseForge 2.0. I don't really know, but everything here does feel very similar. Oh, and that's interesting. So currently we can import stuff from the GDLauncher as well as CurseForge and Modrinth, but compatibility with the AT launcher, the Multi-MC launcher, Prism, and Technic and Feed the Beast will also be coming soon. That's nice. That's really cool. Other than that, we can simply select an image, we can select a name, a version, of course, which can also be a snapshot. That's a nice feature. And then we can decide ourselves what the mod loader is gonna be. Simple functionality, but does look great overall. Now, because this whole launcher gives very similar vibes to the Modrinth and CurseForge app, I don't think there will be an option to, for example, change my skin. But let's see if that is the case. Let's go to settings. So over here, we're able to change a bunch of stuff. We got some general settings, which allows you to customize things like concurrent downloads, game resolution, if news should be shown in the library page. I'm kind of wondering what that will look like. Oh, we have a little news page here now. 3 days until Minecraft Live. Mob vote penguin. Oh, ooh, it's outdated. Okay, don't enable that. We can also enable Discord integration if we want. We can choose what the launcher will do as soon as we launch the game, which is a handy feature to have. And this is also a very cool one. Deletion through recycle bin. So enable this to move instances to the recycle bin instead of deleting them permanently. Which means if you do that, you will be able to still recover them. You even have a potato PC option. What? You got a potato PC, don't worry. We got you covered. Enable this and all animations and special effects will be disabled. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Now we got accounts, which allows you to create or log into a GDL account, if that is something that you want. And of course, it allows you to add Microsoft accounts. Then under languages, we got a wide variety of different languages to choose from, like English and also English. Why even make a language section if you just have a single one available? I guess they will be adding more in the future then. But what I don't really know is, did they recently update this launcher? And are they gonna add new languages like next week? Or has it been like this for maybe 1 or 2 years and have they still not added any more languages than just English? I don't really know. Then we got appearances, and oh, that is fun. So we got multiple different appearances we can choose from. This one gives me kinda essential mod vibes. I kinda dig this. Very cool, very cool. And then Windows 95. Yeah, if this is the vibe you want to go for, why not? I do like that they have themes though. I wish they had more. And they do say that custom themes are coming soon, but nowadays I don't really believe coming soon stuff anymore. I'll believe them as soon as I actually see the features here. It isn't worth it to start using a launcher for features that they're gonna add in the future. Just let them add the features first, and you can always decide to switch then. Just like with different languages, there is just nothing else here. There are 3 themes, that's it for now. If they add more in the future, that will be a nice plus, but we will see about that. And then we got Java settings, which is, you know, default Java settings, good to have. We got custom commands, which is always handy to have. And then we got privacy, and over here, when you go to manage, you do have the option to opt out of personalized ads, which is something that I did. But again, no option to disable them altogether or pay for a premium. They're not doing any of that, which is kind of a shame. Not that I would pay for it, but do give the option for the people who do want that. And then we got runtime, and you know, this allows you to just change your path. That's basically it. Now let's see if we have some more settings when it comes to my account. Account sync is something we can enable. So when we do have a GDLauncher account, we are able to log in and then sync. And I don't really know what it will sync. Okay, I found it. GDLauncher account. What is a GDLauncher account? A GDLauncher account is a way to save your settings, preferences, instant backups, and more across all of your devices. Yeah, so it allows you to sync your launcher to make sure that you have your instances and your settings available everywhere. If you have a laptop and a desktop and maybe another PC, then you can simply log into your GDLauncher account and then all of your stuff will be there. I do have to say that is a cool feature to have. But other than that, it doesn't seem like I can do anything here. I can copy my username to clipboard. That's something. But when it comes to changing my skin or cape, there doesn't seem to be any option for that here. Like none at all. Maybe right clicking? Nope. Okay. Yeah, no, nothing. Okay, so thoughts. Overall, the GDLauncher is a great launcher for Minecraft. Especially on the visual side, it does a lot of things very, very well. But it kinda does the same things well as the Modrinth and CurseForge app also do well. Visually, they look great, but at the same time, there are some ads in your face at all time that in some cases cover 1/3 of your screen, which definitely takes away some visual points that these launchers have earned. By looking at GD, a lot of things very much reminded me of the CurseForge launcher specifically. The way they place ads, the amount of ads that appear, the way they place them, it all feels very similar to CurseForge. And Modrinth has ads as well, but they are a little less intrusive. Still intrusive, but less intrusive than CurseForge and GD. The two main features that GD has over CurseForge and Modrinth are the fact that it supports both CurseForge and Modrinth, unlike Modrinth and CurseForge, who can only download things from their respective platform. And then of course the syncing feature of the GDLauncher is also pretty cool. The fact that you can just make an account and then every single device that you log into, all of your instances and settings and preferences will be there. That is nice to have. I can definitely see that being a feature that people want. Having backups of everything, especially if you have a lot of instances, could be really, really nice. But aside from those things, I'm gonna be very honest, GD does, in my book, not have a whole lot going for it. Again, it very much gives the same vibe as Modrinth and CurseForge when it comes to its features. Only the compatibility with both platforms and the syncing feature is really what makes it stand apart. But if you compare it to, for example, Multi-MC, it does lack a lot of features. It lacks support with other platforms than Modrinth and CurseForge. It doesn't allow you to change your skin at all, or your cape, nothing like that. It also didn't have the server hosting feature that the AT launcher had. Definitely not the most interesting launcher we had a look at in this series so far. But do let me know, what do you think? Have you used the GDLauncher before? And if you have, do let me know why. In next episode, we are actually gonna have a look at the Prism launcher. Finally, I'm very curious what that one is all gonna be about, but do let me know in the comments down below, aside from the Prism launcher, which other launchers should I have a look at in this series? Because like I said before, this series will not end until I've checked out as many launchers as possible, so I can once and for all determine which one is the absolute best. And that is gonna be it for today. Do make sure to subscribe to my channel, join my Discord, thank you so much channel members, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, see you later, bye bye.